Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sieges Codes and Crafts. This episode is going to cover the 1936 Wisconsin Territorial Centennial half dollar. Before Wisconsin became a state, it was originally part of the Northwest Territory, seceded by Great Britain in 1783 as part of the Treaty of Paris. The area became part of the Michigan Territory and gained importance during the 1820s when large deposits of lead were discovered in southwestern Wisconsin. Early miners chose to live in their shafts rather than building a separate house structure, leading to the name Badgers for Wisconsinites. In 1836, the area became important enough to become its own separate territory, with its first governor, Henry Dodge, being sworn in on July 4th, 1836. To help fund various activities for the Wisconsin Centennial, the Wisconsin Centennial Commission appointed a coinage committee that called for commemorative half dollars commemorating the centennial. This committee had been formed in February 1935, in part from suggestions from the Madison Coin Club. Fred W. Harris of the Coinage Committee interested one of Wisconsin's senators, Robert LaFollette Jr., in the coinage proposal. LaFollette introduced legislation for the Wisconsin territorial half dollar in the Senate on January 30th, 1936. It was one of several commemorative coin bills to be considered on March 11th by a subcommittee led by Colorado's Alva B. Adams. The Wisconsin bill emerged from the committee on March 26th with a report authored by Adams. The original bill would have allowed the Wisconsin committee selling the coins to decide how many would be struck, and they could be struck at any or all of the mints, that no fewer than 5,000 be struck at one time. The bill had a stipulation that they be issued within 1 year of the passage of the legislation and all dated with the year of enactment. The Senate passed the bill on March 27th without dissent or debate. The bill then went to the House of Representatives and was referred to the Committee on Coinage, Weights, and Measures. On April 16th, the committee reported back through Andrew Summers of New York, recommending it pass after being amended to increase the minimum struck at one time from 5,000 to 25,000 pieces. The House of Representatives passed the bill with the committee amendments and without argument on April 28th. The bill was enacted by signature of Franklin D. Roosevelt, on May 15th, 1936. In April 1936, while the bill was still before Congress, the Wisconsin Centennial Commission selected David Parsons, a local art student, to design the coin, dictating that the seal of the Wisconsin Territory be used for one side and a badger for the other. The models were poorly executed, but in very high relief, and was rejected by the Bureau of the Mint. The commission asked for a name of a suitable artist and referred the issue to the Commission of Fine Arts, which then recruited New York sculptor Benjamin Hawkins. On May 14th, 1936, the CFA chair, Charles Moore, wrote to Hawkins informing him of the Centennial Commission requirements and enclosing a copy of the territorial seal. He told Hawkins that the commission expected the work to be done within 3 weeks. Hawkins submitted the finished models to the Mint on June 3rd, which were approved by the CFA 2 days later. The models were reduced to coin-sized hubs by the Medallic Art Company of New York. The obverse is an inexact rendering of the territorial seal. A miner's forearm holding a pickaxe is the main point of the design, with a pile of lead ore and soil in the background. This represents the mining activities in the southern area of Wisconsin. The design incorporates the date July 4th, 1836, which is when the first governor, Dodge, took office. The date of the coin and Wisconsin Territorial Centennial surround the design. The reverse features a badger, the state animal, with 3 arrows, symbolic between settlers and the Black Hawk Indians, and an olive branch marking the piece that paved the way for the establishment of the territory. The coinage committee was confident enough that the authorizing legislation would become law that Fred Harris began accepting orders in April of 1936, a month before the bill was even passed. Harris chose to take a conservative approach regarding the quantities to be minted. 25,015 pieces were struck, which included the 15 coins set aside for examination and testing at the 1937 of the Annual Assay Commission. These were struck at the Philadelphia Mint in July of 1936. The coins were unlikely to have been available during the Wisconsin Centennial celebration from June 27th to July 5th. Most were sold for $1.50 per coin by mail order through the Coinage Committee. The coin was also marketed during the Centennial Cavalcade of Wisconsin, an historical pageant at Camp Randall Stadium, which is the University of Wisconsin's football stadium. The coins were sold in plain cardboard holders, similar to holders for the York County, Maine centenary half dollar, that contained slots for up to 5 coins. Orders of 1 or 2 coins were sealed in tissue paper and shipped in envelopes that were either imprinted L. M. Hanks, First National Bank Building, Madison, Wisconsin, or rubber stamped after 10 days, returned to State Superintendent, State Capitol, Madison, Wisconsin. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for everybody who are watching these videos and hitting the like button. If you do like this content, you do like the history on our commemorative coins, make sure and smash that like button. Please hit subscribe if you are not already subscribed, and then hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload new videos. Hope you guys like this one. We'll see you on the next one.